You love the idea about living in Viera, Florida. You've done your research online. You love the location. You love the schools, the restaurants, and the close proximity to everything. The floor plans look amazing. And we start showing properties, and you're realizing this new construction is going to be going on for some time, and you're not certain if you want to live in this type of construction zone. The homes, as we're driving through the community, I hear feedback of they're kind of cookie cutter like, and the homes are pretty close to your neighbors, as in smaller lots. And the landscaping that is throughout the Viera area, it's new and it hasn't quite matured yet, and you're looking for something a little bit different but want to stay in the 32940, let me introduce you to Suntree, Florida. My name's Larkin, and I'm a real estate agent here on the Space Coast. And when I'm not doing videos like this one, I help people buy and sell real estate. So whether you're moving next week, next month, or next year, I am certain that you have questions, and I'd love to answer those. I'll have a link in the description below that'll take you to my calendar. Let's schedule a discovery call and get those questions answered. Suntree, which is Viera's neighbors to the east in the 32940, was established in the late 70s and early 80s and has been built out since the early 2000s. There are over 4,500 dwellings in the Suntree area that consist of single-family homes, townhomes, half duplexes, condominiums, and there's some apartments there as well. The Suntree community is over 3,200 acres inside that include 12 acres of wetlands. You'll find dedicated green space for park, bocce, tennis, and basketball courts. Suntree is home to two 18-hole golf courses, the Challenger and the Classic, and these are both part of the Suntree Country Club. If you love the idea of living on a well-maintained golf course, there are hundreds of homes that line the two 18-hole golf courses in Suntree. There's also townhomes that line sections of the Suntree Country Club golf course as well. If you're looking for a brand new home or a home that's built in the last 10 years, then Suntree's not going to be an option for you. If you don't like the idea of living in a homeowners association, then Suntree won't be an option for you. Actually, Viera is not going to be an option for you either, because both of these are two very large homeowners associations. Suntree is a master homeowners association, and every dwelling that's in Suntree, whether it's a single family home, a condo, a townhome, or half duplex, there's an annual fee for living in the Suntree community, and that currently is $245 per dwelling. There's also 44 sub-associations throughout Suntree, and depending on the sub-association, there'll be fees for living in that community too. That could be monthly, quarterly, twice a year, or annual. It just depends upon the community and the amenities that these communities have to offer for you. No matter where you're living at in Suntree, the main thoroughfare or roadway is Wickham Road, divides Suntree in the north section and the south section. North section is a smaller area of Suntree, and that's where the first homes were being built in the late 1970s. Other main roadways on the north end of Suntree is North Pinehurst, and that connects Wickham Road to Holiday Springs Road. Spyglass Hill Road is another great connector, and it runs parallel to Wickham Road, connecting North Pinehurst to Morrell Road. The south side of Wickham is where you'll find most of the homes are here in the Suntree area, and also home of the two golf courses that make up the Suntree Country Club. The main roads here are South Pinehurst, that'll take you from Wickham through the part of the golf courses that'll eventually connect to Jordan Blast Drive, which reconnects to Wickham Road. There is Lake Andrews Boulevard, which takes you from Wickham Road and is a great connector to the Pineda Causeway. You also have Interlachen that will connect Wickham to Lake Andrews as well. There's also the less traveled connecting road, Interlachen and South Pinehurst, which is Inverness Avenue. And driving through the communities and neighborhoods of Suntree, you're going to see that there is a variety of homes from 1,000 square foot floor plans to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 square foot homes. There are a lot of custom floor plans in this area. Granted, there are also a couple neighborhoods of the cookie cutter type homes that were built in the late 90s and early 2000s along Spyglass Hill and off of the Lake Andrews Boulevard near the Pineda Connector. And the location here is great. Suntree is in the 32940, which is basically the center of Brevard County. You've got easy access to I-95 and US 1. You can live here, and within about a 30-minute drive, you can be to a lot of the major employers here in the area, such as L3 Harris, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, for example. You're really close to Patrick Space Force Base. And if you're going to be working out at the Space Center, it's probably a 30 to 40-minute drive to get to the main gate. Even though the city of Melbourne has its airport, which is within that 30-minute drive, you can get to MCO in Orlando in about 50 minutes. The attractions in the Orlando area you can be at within about an hour. And the beaches, which is right near Patrick Space Force Base, you can get there in about 15 minutes. And since Suntree isn't a waterfront community that has access to the rivers or the canalways, off of Pineda and US 1 is a public boat ramp where you can launch your boats there and get out on the intercoastal. When you're living in Suntree in the 32940, you are really close to a lot of great shops and restaurants. You are within 10 minutes. There's 3 Publixes. There's an Aldi. There is a Winn-Dixie off of Viera Boulevard. Also off of Viera Boulevard, they are starting to build a Whole Foods will be there. They just completed the Home Depot. Off of Viera Boulevard, you've got Costco. There's a Super Walmart and a Super Target too in this area, all within 10 minutes if you're living in Suntree. Property taxes for living in the Suntree in the 32940 is exceptionally low because Suntree, even though it's considered Melbourne, you're outside of the city limits. Current millage rate is 11.9590 per $1,000 of value, compared to if you were living into the Melbourne city limits, you would be paying 17,269 per $1,000 of value if you were living inside the city limit. If you have kiddos and schools are important to you, of course you're going to do your research on sites like greatschools.org or School Digger. If you look at what Florida Today has on their website for school ratings in the 32940, you can see that they're all A-rated. And I know you're wondering what's it cost to live in the Suntree area. It depends on when you're watching this on what the home values are. You could always call me for current numbers, but as it stands today, there are just over 100 homes for sale in the Suntree area, ranging from $300,000 up to over $1 million. If you're looking for a 55 up senior type community, there are 2 communities here in the Suntree area, which are actually, this is Viera, but it's in the 32940. You've got Grand Isles or Indian River Colony Club in the east of 95. Home prices in these communities are between $300,000 and $700,000. The condos or townhomes in this area, prices currently start at $175,000 up to $550,000. The selection of properties that are out there and the price points are constantly changing. We're kind of in a transition of a seller's market into a balanced market, maybe into that buyer's market. Just depends on when you're seeing this video and what the current selection is. If you'd like to schedule a call, I'd be happy to talk to you about what is available, or you can just visit my website. I hope this video helped with answering questions about Viera versus Suntree and the 32940 area. If you have additional questions or things that I didn't cover, I'm available to talk. I'll have a link in the description below that'll take you to my calendar. Let's have a discovery call. I'm also queuing up 2 more videos on the Viera and Suntree area to help with your research. My name's Eric Larkin with Real Brokers. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you on the next show.